The Biden administration is expected to announce another $800 million in weapons and support for Ukraine. Sources say the money will come from the president's drawdown authority to arm allies in an emergency. This as the IMF calls on nations to provide grants and donations to fill a $5 billion a month financing need for Ukraine after Russia's invasion.
Priority is to make sure that there is support to fill this financing gap in Ukraine over the next 3 months. Let me stress, the $5 billion is to keep the economy functioning. It is not to meet the reconstruction needs of Ukraine that are going to be huge.
U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and some other finance ministers and central bankers have walked out of a G20 meeting after Russian officials began speaking. Fed Chair Jerome Powell, ECB President Christine Lagarde, BOE Governor Andrew Bailey and Ukrainian Finance Minister Serhiy Marchenko were among those who left or turned off their cameras when Russian officials joined virtually. Russia is on course for its first external default in more than a century. The country was judged to have breached the terms of 2 bonds by a derivatives panel after it paid them in rubles instead of dollars. Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan are among the group saying the potential failure happened earlier in April. Russia could still avert a default if it pays bondholders in dollars before the grace period ends on May 4th. Chinese authorities say they need more time to figure out what caused a China Eastern Airlines jet to plunge into a hillside last month, killing all 132 passengers and crew. In a one-page report, officials confirmed black box analyses are ongoing. The scant details drew criticism on social media in China and suggest investigators are being particularly cautious about the probe and public disclosures. Global News, 24 hours a day on air and on Bloomberg Quick Take, powered by more than 2,700 journalists and analysts in more than 120 countries. I'm Bonnie Quinn. This is Bloomberg.